Welcome, aspirants. Welcome, aspirants. How are you doing? How is your preparation going? So your cat just got over. How was your cat?
Let's wait for a few minutes and let's wait for everyone to join in and ask questions. So today we're going to be doing ask us anything session conducted by the students of uh, the students of SIBM Pune. So feel free to ask any question you want regarding Snap or even SIBM Pune, and we'd be happy to help you out. Um, I know you must be preparing for the other exams that are coming up, especially SNAP. So anything that you need to ask us, we are here to help. We have been in your shoes last year, and we understand this can be a stressful time. So we are here to help you out and answer any questions that you have. So feel free to talk and keep asking.
I
So
see some responses to the question, how did cat go? Some say Bhavya says not good. Sami says it was not good at all. Saurav says we're pretty good. That's amazing. I'm glad to see you guys. It was a mixed response.
So I see Bhavya saying that she's waiting for the meet at Ahmedabad. Oh yes. I'm glad that you're coming to meet us at Ahmedabad particularly. So we are organizing Coffee with SIVM in 12 cities this time. So it'll be great to get you all there, meet you all, and answer your questions in person as well. Give you all strategies, give you all tips as to how you can ace your SNAP exam. So do come. We're going to 12 cities, all the major cities, even some other cities as well. So please join us. It's going to be a fun event, and we are there to help you out throughout your journey. So, any questions that you all have, we are here. So please go ahead. let's uh, let's look at it. Let's We'll try to present a slide and let's just go ahead with the flow and talk a little bit about who we are and what is our background, as well as what exactly we can help you out with. So to talk a little bit about us, my name is Glen, and I come from the coastal city of Mangalore in Karnataka. To talk a little bit about my education, I have completed my bachelor's degree in computer science engineering, post which I did my post graduation in liberal studies, the Young India Fellowship from Ashoka University. Post that, I have almost 2.5 years of work experience in an HR consulting firm, and post which I'm here at SIBM Pune pursuing marketing here. On an extracurricular front, I am a self-taught guitarist and a pianist. I also enjoy playing chess and I also enjoy magic. So over to you, Rushali.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rushali. I have done my engineering, post which I was actually preparing for UPSC. And currently, I'm pursuing MBA in HR at SIBM Pune. As far as my hobbies are concerned, I love listening to music, all different genres of music, and I especially love thriller books. I think it keeps me engaged. And this is my short intro.
Hello everyone. My name is Prajjawal Pande. I am a mechanical engineer, post which I have worked for a couple of years in B2B sales. And after that, I'm currently pursuing my MBA in marketing from SIBM Pune. Apart from that, I am a part-time stand-up comedian as well. So like this was all about me. And so I think it's the correct time to move ahead with this session. So whatever you have in your mind, whatever doubts you want to ask us, whatever you want, you have in your heart, just speak it out. We are there to answer your queries regarding Snap.
I think Sanvi has asked a question. Is Jaipur one of the venues of Copy with SIBM? Sanvi, you're right. We are definitely visiting Jaipur.
Yeah, Karan, unfortunately, Indore is not there this time, but hopefully next time we can come to Indore. But we are here right now also to answer your questions and your queries. So we are here to help support you as well. And as I mentioned, I play chess. So yeah, I did see the match for World Chess Championship that is happening. And unfortunately, Gukesh lost, but we still have 13 more matches. So let's see how that goes. So yeah, that's a little bit about us. We'll move ahead to the next slide. Um, so yeah, we are here right now. Any questions that you'll have regarding Snap, anything that you feel that you're having difficulties in understanding, or any particular strategies or tips that you might require, please do ask. We are here. Okay, so Bhavya has asked how to do good in quants and what are the important topics. See, what particularly happens in quants itself is you do need a lot of practice while attempting to solve the question. So SNAP particularly is a speed-based and accuracy-based exam. So you have 60 questions in 60 minutes. So what really matters here is how fast you can go as well as how accurate you are while answering these questions. And particularly in the quant section, it is about how do you pace yourself while answering questions. So there will be about 22 questions, particularly in quants itself. So you'd have to ensure that you are able to understand what questions you need to solve at that point and what questions you should skip and move on. So that is one thing that you should look at. And particularly to talk a little bit about the topics that are important, anything with regards to algebra, arithmetic, geometry, uh, number system, all of these things which are important in which you must have studied in CAT, those are all the important topics. So that is something that you should prioritize. One more suggestion is try to take snap mocks, try to put yourself in that environment where you're solving those questions, where you're in the 60-second, where you have the 60 minutes itself to solve those questions. So put yourself in that environment and you should be able to get enough practice to be able to do well in the exam. So keep practicing and keep giving mocks, and that should help you out in the quant section itself. So any other question, folks?
Okay, so till the time we get some questions, as Glenn said, giving mocks is very important because practice is the key. The more you practice, the more you indulge yourself into mocks, the more you take the pressure on yourself, it will help you to improve more and more. So that's the key to decide how you're going to perform in the coming future in the main examination. Because before the before the final match, you need a net practice. These mocks are just like net practices. So give as many mocks as possible. That is that's a major contributor in your success to any examination.
So we did have the official Snap mock that was live a while back. So, but right now, what you should do is any mocks that you can get your hand on that would work. There are many places on the internet where you can get as many mocks as is possible. So a little bit about what I had done back then when I was preparing. So I had almost taken about 20 to 25 mocks from different places. I wanted to see what the variety was in questions. I also tried solving a lot of previous year questions wherever I could get the questions. uh, so that is something that I had done. So anywhere between 20 to 25 mocks should be good, but it depends on what works for you itself. So this is what worked for me. Taking mocks helped me out. So if you are able to take as many mocks as you can, that would be well and good. But one more thing, once you take a mock, it is always advisable to analyze where you went correct, where you went wrong, and how can you increase your pace. That is also something that you should look at while analyzing your mocks. So always try to spend some time after taking a mock to analyze what you have done. Uh, any particular mocks? So any mock you would get on the internet that would work. So go for that. Yeah.
Another thing I would like to add here is once you analyze your mocks, what you can do is you can keep a book where you note down all the mistakes that you've done and note down those important formulas. And there are always these tips and tricks also which will help you perform better. So if you make a note of all that, what it'll do is it'll help you revise quickly. It'll be very useful for the D-Day. So that is definitely something you guys can look into.
Um, okay, so Bhavya has a question. Uh, Facing problems in critical reasons, how in approach those questions? Okay, so what I infer is that you're facing problems in critical reasoning questions. So one basic thought which I want to share about critical reasoning questions is try to understand what the question is trying to speak to you. Every question has a story to tell. You need to interpret that story. And if you are able to interpret the story, understand the story of what the question is trying to tell you crack the question then and there. And how will you be able to understand the story of the question? Because if you're seeing a question with a storyline for the first time, I'm sure you won't be able to understand what it is. So again, as Glenn said, and as I mentioned again, practice is the key. Practice as many critical reasoning questions as possible, because once you practice and practice and practice and practice, it comes to you naturally when you are there in the examination. So I think that was one way of how you can tackle critical reasoning questions.
To add on to what Prajjwal said, a little bit about what I did when it came to critical reasoning questions. At the start, I was also feeling a little bit disoriented, and I was feeling like, okay, these are questions that I don't understand. But when I started solving more and more questions, I was able to understand, okay, there is a particular pattern, there is a particular way to read through the question, understand what's happening in the question. And that is how I was able to look at the options as well and try to deduce which might be the correct option. So that is also something that you can look at. Which option looks right, look which option actually fits into the option question. So that is something that you should look at, and that would help you cut down on the options and then get an answer as well. So that is also one thing that you can look at while solving critical reasoning questions. Okay, Karan has asked, are there any examples in SIBM Pune which bad profile come together but then improving on the campus? Particularly bad profiles is something that any profile can be a good profile. So there is no differentiation between anyone with a bad profile. So people might assume that someone with very low marks might be a bad profile, but say the person has very good work experience or someone who has very good extracurriculars. People are talented in their own aspect. And so when you come to college, like what really matters is how do you leave what you have and actually get into, say, committees, as you mentioned, participating in case competition. So this is something that you should always try to do. Particularly at SIBM Pune, we do have a student-driven culture, as well as we have a case study culture where we try to participate in as many case competitions as possible, and we're proud to say that we have won a few case competitions as well. And since SIBM Pune is an entirely student-driven college, the students itself run the entire college. We have 9 councils, we have 7 special interest groups where we handle the entire day-to-day activities of the college um, from anything regarding to each of the specializations to the sports activities to the admissions to the placements. So all of these things are entirely student-run. So when you come to an institution like SIBM Pune, you get the real world experience. You are able to, let's say, leave behind your so-called bad profile and get real world in-depth on-ground experience. So that helps you improve as an individual and even become better and that would help you in your summer placements. It would help you in your final placements as well. So committees, case competitions do matter. So as many as you can, try to participate it once you come to an MBA college.
So there's a question I see by Saurav that says, what should I look forward to in SNAP exam? So let me give you a little brief about SNAP exam. Exam is a 60 questions in 16 minutes kind of exam. So it's very fast paced. It's a 1 hour exam. So, you're much more focused. And in SNAP, we play to our strengths. So, there is no sectional cutoff. So that means if you're good at verbal, then you can focus on verbal and give your best in LRD, logical reasoning, and in quants. So this will up your chance of getting a good score. So this is definitely something I think which is very SNAP specific. And SNAP as such is a very student friendly exam. So these are the things I think you can look forward to in Snap. And I see another question that says that how do I prepare for VARC specifically for vocab related questions? And which type of questions are easier to crack? Did you aim for all? So Hemant, what I would suggest is for VARC, especially vocabulary, I think it's very tricky as such. So make sure that you read books, you read a newspaper. This actually inherently improves your vocabulary. And another thing that you can do is there's a book called as Word Power Made Easy. This is one book that you can actually buy, and this will help you increase your vocabulary. And if you find one of the questions very challenging, then I would suggest you skip it because as you know, that Snap has negative marking. So just attempt the questions that you're sure about. Don't do any guesswork because negative marking, there is negative marking. So, and as far as the type of questions are concerned, aim for the questions that you're confident about. So this will actually not only boost your score, but it also boosts your moral throughout the entire exam. You'll be happy that you're able to solve the questions and you'll feel confident throughout the entire exam. So this would be my suggestion, Saurabh. Hopefully that answers your queries.
Okay, so we have a question from Bhavya. Uh, what possible cutoff this year is 40 plus safe score for SIBM? So see, Bhavya, every year the cutoff score varies de depending on multiple factors. So it may go up one year, it may go down the other year. So it's a very dynamic thing as to what the cutoff can be. Nobody can predict it before the examination, or in fact, before the results, what the cutoff is going to be. But what our suggestion would be is to aim for the highest percentile. Give your best, aim for the highest percentile. The more, the better it is. So, yeah, that's what I want to say about the cutoff thing. And Bhavya has another question, like you have a gap here due to some reasons. And so will it create any problem for admissions? So Bhavya, no, it won't affect your admission means candidature much because many people are there with a gap year. I myself had a gap year after 12th, and even during my job, I had some time taken off. So what matters is your performance in the SNAP examination, your performance in the upcoming the interviews season, and your profile. So a combination of all these three will definitely define what is there for you in the near future. So don't worry about the gap year. Give your best, and your main focus right now should be on the SNAP examination, which is coming, because the rest of the things are either not in your hand or you can manage it at a later level. But right now, what is in your hand is to prepare yourself for the SNAP examination and give your best in that.
And I think adding on to what Prajwal just said, I myself have actually 4 years of gap years. I was preparing for UPSC during that time. So as he said, it's all about what you're doing with your time, how you're building your knowledge, how you're building yourself. So if you're able to present that well, and if you're able to justify your gap years, and if you're able to tell that, those are not years that you just spent away doing nothing, but except you were able to build on yourself, you're able to work on yourself. I think that is a crucial point that all MBA schools look for. So it's all about how you present yourself. So just focus on how you present yourself. And right now, I think focus on giving your best in Snap. And I think it plays a very crucial role.
So, Vivek has asked a question, books or other resources or just mocks. So, it depends from person to person. So, if you feel like mocks help you out better, go ahead, take as many mocks as you can. What I used to do is, growing up, I used to read a lot of books. So, my strongest section was the English section itself. So, I was pretty comfortable with that. And I attribute that to taking a lot of reading a lot of books as well as taking a lot of mocks. So both of these aspects work. If you have time right now, do read books, do read essays which are mentioned online. But currently, with the time crunch and a few days left for the exam, try to take mocks itself, because when you take mocks, right, you understand the type of questions that come in Snap itself. So the more mocks you take, the more you'll be able to analyze how the questions are in each mock. So try to take as many mocks as you can. And we have a question from Anusha who's asking, how do we make sure we attempt all the questions within 60 minutes? See, since SNAP is a very time-based exam, it really matters on how do you prioritize your time. see, if you're finding it difficulty answering one question, try to skip and go to the next question. Don't spend too much time in answering one question itself. That's where a lot of students make a mistake. They try to attempt, if they're stuck with one question, they keep spending time on that question. So try to, if you feel that this question is not solvable at that correct particular moment, try to move on to the next question. That way you'd be able to solve the maximum number of questions in the maximum amount of time. So try to look at it in that perspective, and you should be all good.
Okay, so Sarthak is saying grammar is also very important for Snap. Yes, Sarthak, grammar, English grammar, your vocabulary, it's important as questions have generally come up in past years for the examination. So just brush up your grammar, brush up your vocabulary skills. So all the best for that. And Apurva has a question. Do you recommend taking coaching for Snap or self-preparation? So see, Apurva, this is a very personalized approach. It depends from person to person. Somebody can give their 100% when they are preparing all by themselves. Somebody can give their 100% when they have a mentor, a guide. So it depends on you. You need to figure out that for yourself. Every individual needs to figure that out for themselves, that if they need a coaching or they are performing their best while doing self-study. So that is what I believe what means. I personally did. I studied by myself. I did self-study. I didn't take any coaching, and I'm here at SIBM. So there's everything is a myth that okay, you need to join a particular coaching or you need to do self-study. So yeah, that's it. And there's one very interesting question by Sanvi. What is coffee with SIBM? So folks, hang on for some time. There's something very interesting coming to you, which we'll let you know at the end of the session. Till then, stay calm with us, hold on with us, because something very interesting is coming up for you.
And so Karan has asked a question, what is typically a day in the life of an SIBM student? So we at SIBM Pune, since we are a student-driven culture, we try to execute all the tasks here at the college. We are part of committees. We handle the day-to-day activities of the college as well. So we spend time in that. We also have a rigorous academic schedule as well, where we have a lot of classes that we attend, particularly so from the morning itself. Also, we participate in a lot of case competitions. And we have a lot of extracurricular activities on campus itself, from musical events uh, to theater to sports activities as well. So, so all of our entire day goes in all of these activities, from conducting, from handling the day-to-day activities, from being part of committees, from preparing for case competitions, from our academic schedule. So that is typically the day of a person at SIBM Pune. It's a very fun day. We do have a lot of interactions that we do with our friends, external stakeholders. So it's very interesting, and we have a lot of fun while doing it.
Adding to what Glenn said, let me share you my experience of a day at SIBM. So after waking up early in the morning, you have some delicious breakfast in the mess, and then you head towards the classes. Classes go on generally till the evening, and then there are so many things happening around all around the campus. There are case competitions going on. You'll find people in the library sitting in groups. You'll find people at common places sitting in groups working on case competitions. People who are in councils or committees, they are working for the councils and committees for their upcoming events. There are every now and then there are certain events coming up. We have playground where different sports take place. So you'll see people practicing for their upcoming games and tournaments. So it's the buzz is always there around the campus, even throughout the night, like late till night, till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., sometimes even till the next morning, the buzz keeps going on. So it's a very happening campus life. Uh, yes, you will feel the energy, you will feel overwhelmed when you are here. But yeah, that's how life in a B school is.
So so I see a question from Saurav asking, can I fill the SIBM form? Yes, Saurav, the SIBM application forms are live now. You can definitely fill them. And there's another question that I see. Uh, can we expect another official mock test before the SNAP exam? Uh, Anusha, what I would suggest is we don't have any official mock test as of now, but you can definitely join us in our event, which is Coffee with SIBM. where we'll conduct an interactive quiz with you to help you assess your snap readiness. We'll give you questions based on snap patterns so that you can check how well you prepared and do very well in your snap exam.
Okay, so I can see a question. I have 2 year gap with 668 plus work for NSS for 3 years. Plus also I have a PG diploma course of advanced marketing from MICA with other extracurricular activities certificates. Is this a good profile? So if you think that this is not a good profile, I don't know what a good profile is. And as Glenn already said, there's no profile such as a bad profile. Every profile has a different value. Every person has a different value which they bring on the table. So don't get this into your mind that okay, I have a bad profile or my profile is not as good as the others. Forget it. Your profile is good. Your profile is excellent. You can do it. That's what I want to say.
So there are a lot of questions regarding particularly about the profile itself. So Anvisha has asked, she has a 757 profile and a business after graduation. And so is see, profile doesn't really matter. And since you're talking about business, we have our innovation and entrepreneurship program as well, where if you feel that you want to enter into the field of entrepreneurship, you want to grow your business, that is one aspect that you can look into as well. So, and Apur has a question regarding his profile is 797, 6 months of gap year with no experience. See, and he's asked how much marks will I mean? See, as Prajwal mentioned, the marks vary from year to year. Your best bet is to try to solve as many questions as possible. Try to ensure that you're accurate while solving the question. Since SNAP has negative marking, try to ensure that you're answering a question only if you're sure about it. If you feel that you might not know this question, try to move on because uh, the level of difficulty of every question is different. So try to go ahead and keep solving the question. Since it's 60 minutes, try to solve as many questions as possible. So Anvisha also asked whether was the official snap mock similar to the actual exam? Yes. So when we give an official exam, it is similar to the level of difficulty that comes in the actual snap exam. So if you have taken that mock, you would know where you stand. Try to solve more questions regarding that. Try to see if you've not covered any topics. Try to ensure that you have solved or you have prepared for those topics. Try to revise more topics as well. So this way you'd ensure that you have a whole thorough understanding of the entire syllabus. That way, while the exam comes in, you'll be able to solve as many questions as possible. So
I see a question from Tejas that says, frankly speaking, I'm good in English as far as paper is concerned. I just wanted to know which steps I could follow to improve my English during interview process. I think Tejas, definitely something you can do is start communicating a lot more in English language, be it with your friends, be it with your family. So the more you communicate, the more practice you have. Hence, the better your communication as such improves. So this is definitely one of the tricks, and you can watch English TV shows or English movies. That also helps you build that grammar, helps you build that language. Another thing that you can do is listen to English music. That also definitely helps you. So make sure that you practice and you keep improving. And it's definitely an art that can be picked up. There's nothing difficult about this. And I saw another question by Sanvi, I think very earlier on about the summer internship placement reports. Our placement reports are out, and this year we have the highest package of 4.50 lakhs with an average stipend of 3.12 lakhs. So if you want to know more about our placement reports, Sanvi, you can actually check out our Instagram page, SIBM Pune, where we've displayed all our placement reports. So if you have any other queries regarding that, let us know.
Okay, so I can see a question from Anusha. Will coffee with SIBM event take place in Chennai? Unfortunately, Anusha, I'm really sorry, but this year it's not in Chennai. Uh, we are having this event in multiple places across India, 12 cities, which you'll get to know. Just hang on for a while. But unfortunately, Anusha, not in Chennai this time.
So, Hemant has asked, is there anything that you all realized regarding each section of Snap that helped you in solving the questions faster? So while solving each section, particularly if you're talking about while in the exam time, I just went on with a cool mindset that, okay, whenever I see a question, I'll try to solve it. If I knew the question, I would answer it. If I didn't know, I would move on. Because I did know that Snap is a 60-minute question. So I tried to ensure that every question I knew, I tried to solve it. Whereas if I was actually revising each section when I was preparing, so I would go in depth into each of the topics. So be it the LR section, be it the quants, or be it English. So I try to analyze and try to ensure that I solved all the questions that I could find on the internet, try to solve as many mocks as I can. Majorly, I tried to ensure that I had completed the syllabus in time as well. That way, I was able to revise more often. So that's what I did while doing my preparation. Um, and any mocks that we practice, so I did find any mocks that I could get my hand on the internet. That's what I did. There was no mock in particular that I had taken. Whatever I could find on the internet, I tried to solve a lot of previous year questions. That really helped me out because once the exam actually came, the questions were on the similar level of difficulty, and I was able to feel more confident while solving the questions in the exam. So my suggestion is try to solve as many questions, try to solve as many mocks that you can, try to solve previous year questions, and you should be good to go.
Okay, folks, due to the paucity of time, we'll take up one last question. And I can see some questions. Sarthak is asking, and in Indore, sorry, Sarthak, we are not coming to Indore this time. Uh, okay, Sanvi has asked the question. Okay, let this be the final question for the day. Can you tell us something about coffee with SIBM? Definitely, yes.
So yeah, this is guys, you can get up for this because we have a very exciting event that's coming up. That's called Coffee with SIBM. And it's Coffee with SIBM is actually an offline event where we'll be coming to your nearest cities, and we'll be sharing our tips and tricks or important strategies, you can say, regarding Snap, and even our other processes called GPI, which is a group exercise and personal interaction process. And you'll get tips regarding how to crack Snap, how to do well in your Snap. And definitely another thing that you'll gain is insights from our SIBM students. So we'll let you know what is life at SIBM Pune, and what we actually do here as students, and how is the curriculum here, and what actually is life at a B school, I think, and how does B school prepare you for the real world challenges. And also, if you can see, we had a live Q&A with you, so we'll interact with you more, and we'll be at a position where we'll be able to answer all your questions. And all this will happen over a cup of coffee, and will be live. So it'll happen face to face, so it's like a conversation that you're having with people who've been in your shoes last year. And another important, I think, aspect of Coffee with SIBM is that you get to network with students, not only from your who are actually preparing for MBA exams, but also you get to network with us. So this networking will help you later on, and even right now for your SNAP exams. So it's a great networking opportunity. And as I mentioned earlier, there's a interactive quiz that will happen, which will be based on the SNAP pattern. So, that will help you assess your SNAP readiness, and that will help you actually see where you're lacking as far as preparation is concerned, where you can work on and do well in your SNAP exam. So I think these are the few things that we're bringing to your cities. So if you're curious to know when this is taking place and in what cities that it's taking place, then I think I would ask Prajjwal to explain the next slide.
So, we are coming to 12 cities this time. And so here the time means, as you can see on the screen, we're starting with Kolkata on 27th of November. Then we'll be in Ahmedabad and Nagpur on 28th of November. Then Chandigarh, Jaipur, and Lucknow on 29th of November. Then on 30th November, you'll meet us in Hyderabad and Noida. And 1st December on Sunday, you'll meet us in Pune, Mumbai, Delhi, and Bangalore. So these are the 12 cities where we are coming just be there. You can see the registration link is there. It's a completely free of cost session. You can scan the QR code present over there for the registration, and the link is there in the description of the video which you're watching. So let's meet in 12 cities over a cup of coffee. The coffee is on us. It's a completely free of cost event, and it will be a great opportunity for you all to learn about the strategies, about our experiences, about the upcoming SNAP examination. So, anyone has any questions regarding coffee with SIBM? You can type it there in the chat box. We'll answer it for you.
Yeah, to talk a little bit about my experience of Coffee with SIBM. So I had attended Coffee with SIBM last year as well, and I got to meet with the seniors from my senior batch, and it was a great experience. I was able to understand where I lacked and what I could do better in my preparation, particularly get to know more about the SNAP exam, get to know more about the college itself. And that really helped me make an informed decision of where I should go, what I should do with my after I cleared the exam. So Coffee with SIBM actually helped me understand more about where I could do better. So yeah, it would be great to meet you all and interact with you. We were there in your shoes last year, and it would be really nice to interact with you. As Rushali mentioned, it's a great networking opportunity. So you'd be able to meet us, talk to us in person, get to know how we were able to crack Snap and how we were able to crack our GPIs as well. So please do join us in these 12 cities. We'd love for you to come and uh, interact with us, talk to us. We'd be willing to answer any question that you can, and it's a fun experience. So there's going to be a quiz as well. So it's going to be a very great experience.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
I
I
can
can
see
see the
the comments coming in. Sanvi is saying coming to Jaipur, anyone else interested? And immediately after that, Apur says, yes, I'm coming to Jaipur for the event. So Sanvi and Apur, I'm excited to meet both of you. We are excited to meet both of you in Jaipur. Saurav says he's from Hyderabad. Anybody coming? Yeah, please let us know if anybody is coming in Hyderabad. Vivek is asking, will you provide us coffee? Yes, the coffee is on us, Vivek. We would love to share a cup of coffee with you. Uh, and Tejas has asked exact venue for Pune city. So, uh, for all the details regarding the venues and the time, we would suggest you to scan the QR code present to you in front of you on the screen. You'll get the registration link and all the details about the venues, dates, and timings there in the registration form itself.
And Vivek, I think your question is, will you provide us coffee? Yes, Vivek, the coffee is on us, and so are the snacks. So you can definitely come visit us in whichever cities that you want to visit us. And yes, we can definitely have a conversation over a cup of coffee.
Okay, so Hemant is asking how many seniors will be there in Kolkata. So our first event is in Kolkata, and there will be seniors coming over. So really excited to meet each one of you over there. And then Bhavya is asking for coffee with SIBM. I am traveling from Surat to Ahmedabad. Uh, Thank you so much, Bhavya, for taking so much effort. Yeah, we would love to meet you in Ahmedabad, and it will be a great opportunity for you all. So yeah, again, scan the QR code for the registration link.
So I see a question from Anusha saying, can I try to attend the Bangalore session? Yes, Anusha, you can definitely attend the Bangalore session. We would love to host you at our Bangalore event. And and as far as the number of seniors who are visiting Kolkata is concerned, I would say, guys, visit the event and make sure. And it's a surprise. You'll get to know as soon as you visit the event.
So, folks, that was it from our end. It was a great session. Hope you all enjoyed it. You had your learnings, you had cleared your doubts. And if your doubts are not cleared, do not worry. We are coming to your city to share a cup of coffee with you, and we'll get all your doubts cleared then and there. So, thank you, everyone, and all the best for your SNAP examination.
All the best, folks. Hopefully, you do well in your SNAP exams and all the upcoming MBA entrance exams.